All right. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin. I hope you guys are having a good night. I'm having a great night. I hope y'all had a great weekend as well. It's been a rainy ass weekend in Philly. It kept me in the house for most of the weekend. But I had to go out and go get me a haircut. So, I had to look good on this camera. As you can see, I cut off my goatee, but I'm trying to regrow my beard and everything. Please make sure you start this video off by clicking that thumbs up button, and make sure that you share this video on Facebook and Twitter. And if you're watching the Scorpion Show for the first time, I hope that you click that subscribe button. I'm here to talk to you guys about episode 3 of season 2 for WWE Total Divas. On this episode, by far, this has been the best one because there has been a lot of drama. And I just want to give a shout out to Summer Rae. Y'all know I love Summer Rae and I also love Naomi. But Summer Rae is really bringing the drama this season. And, the first season really didn't have that much drama. But this season right here, it has it. And it all leads to Summer Rae and Natalya's, beef. And we don't know why Natalya don't like Summer Rae, because Natalya hasn't made a mention of why she doesn't like Summer Rae. But anyway, we're going to get into this episode because I started with my notes and everything. So in the beginning, we see Naomi and John. They had a little cute moment and everything. And, they got, I guess they was just, horny. I don't know where they can, make out if they can backstage, but can they get their own locker room together and maybe do something? I know they're not that big on the show to where they can have their own locker room, but I think maybe maybe they should just start getting hotels and stuff and not joining nobody's tour bus anymore. They showed Summer Rae and Eva in the car talking about their problems, and Eva was just going off about what she told Cameron last week about how she doesn't know how those pictures really affected her and how they're not getting along with people in the locker room. It seemed like they are the outcast on the show, Summer Rae and Eva. And, Summer Rae is just saying like Natty should be the veteran. Basically, Natty should be the locker room leader, but she's so into not liking people and, having her own issues that is keeping her ahead of being the Divas champion and the locker room leader. So no one is looking up to Natty in that respect at all. So basically, Natty doesn't have their respect, even though she should have their respect because she's been in this since she was fucking a baby, since a baby. So Brie catches John. I don't like saying John. Brie catches Jimmy and Naomi on the tour bus messing around and everything. And Naomi runs to the back. She had her bra undone. And Brie tells there's too many Johns. Brie tells Bryan about the situation about them being on a bus and how Jimmy and oh my God, these names, too many names. Jimmy and Naomi was on a bus messing around. She said they was having sex. That wasn't sex. It looked like the cameras was on the bus. I don't know. I don't know if the cameras was on the bus while they were in the action, or did the camera just happen to catch them in the act. I don't know. But, she went on and go snitch to Daniel about it. Daniel was a little upset. Bryan can be a little Daniel bitchy. It just seems like he would be hard to work with because he just looked like he complains about a lot, especially when it comes to his fellow WWE superstars and divas. He just seems like he would bitch too much if I was around him. And ain't nobody got time for that, Daniel. Like, alright, you understand they're newly engaged just like you guys, and they want to get it in and everything. Well, they're not newly engaged. They've been engaged, but they're going to get married. But shit. Sex happens. You can't be that mad because they messed around on the bus. What I would do is I would pitch in, I hope everybody pitched in for that tour bus and that you and Brie didn't just buy the damn bus on your own. Like, you got rules, no shitting on the bus and no fucking on the bus, no hard-ons. How you want to tell a man he can't have a hard-on when he on the bus with his girlfriend? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, Daniel. Come on now. Basically, yeah. So shout out to Shout out to Jim because basically he just wants some fucking pie when he wants his pie. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But I think that they should be a little bit more, secretive about it. Make sure that their fucking door bus is locked. And also, make sure nobody ain't around when you sneaking around trying to get some of that. So after that scene, they go back on the tour bus. Cameron saying that, the energy on this bus is just whack. It's just off. And Daniel Bitchy go again, talking this shit. Oh, well, what did you expect for it to be a party bus? And, he's getting upset because they're loud on the bus. He's just bitching. Like, Daniel, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't need that much damn sleep. You shouldn't have put all of them on the bus. You should have told Brie it was a bad idea to have everybody on the bus at one time. Nobody is going to be quiet. Everybody's personality is going to come out. Who's to say nobody didn't have any drinks? They want to have fun. They're all around each other. And everybody the guys seem to like each other. But, all the divas, they all got an issue with each other. Like, anyway, we're going to keep it moving. So they came down on Cameron's lyrics. Like, they made Cameron look a fool because of the lyrics of her Bye Boy or Boy Bye song. And, I wish that it was people that actually asked these singers, are you okay with singing this? Like, do you really want to put a song like this out? I think a lot of people need people to give them a reality check before they release some of the music that they put out. So shout out to Daniel Bryan for that. He was still bitchy about it, but he was on point with his delivery and, saying like, is this what you want little girls to listen to? So shout out to Daniel Bryan for that. We see Natalya does her first Make-A-Wish grant. And I think it was so nice that she gave away her WrestleMania 25 jacket to the young lady. And, it's good to see Natalya in that kind of light, and not being in the bitchy, I don't like that bitch, I'm threatened, kind of environment. So that was real good to see. And I hope that the Divas start granting more wishes to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And, I would really like to see them more active on the show, giving back to communities like, WWE has the Read a Book program. It's not the exact name, but, they got those programs, Be a Star, Don't Be a Bully. Like, it would be good to see them going out to schools and talking to the kids and stuff like that, besides just all the backstage drama that they have amongst themselves. So, I would make a suggestion if anybody from the show was watching, I think it would be good to see more of that, besides you guys just signing autographs at shows and stuff. So Summer Rae and Brie have this confrontation because Daniel Bryan told was it Nicole? Daniel Bryan told Brie about Summer Rae coming up to him and then Nicole got in Brie's ear about, because she came in the locker room and he was all iced up. I guess she was talking about John Cena, and she said something inappropriate, and, he was just really, really upset about it. And, honestly, I didn't see anything wrong with how Summer Rae was talking to Daniel Bryan. And I think that Summer Rae is fucking smart because you got one of the top guys in the company having this thought about you. Like, that's not good. That's not a good reputation to have. So, what you think about me, counts. So I understand where she's coming from, because you don't want nobody to be like, no, let's not push her. I don't think she's ready, because, she's more of a locker room hoe and stuff like that. Because Daniel Bryan already said he thought about maybe Summer Rae has already done that. So that means that the fellas are talking, And y'all think women gossip? Men gossip worse than women. And that is the truth. But anyway, so, she did touch Daniel Bryan. If anything, I think that the only way that could have made this situation better is if Summer Rae had this talk with Brie and Daniel Bryan. Because now you got Nicole getting into Brie's head and, taking what Daniel told her. And then she got to like, oh, this bitch trying to fuck my man, because she has that reputation of being a hoe because she can be a little bit flirtatious. And to me, it's nothing wrong with being flirtatious, but don't be flirting around with nobody's man. And I didn't see that at all with her flirting with Daniel Bryan. She basically was having this conversation like, bitch, I'm trying to move up and I don't need you to be thinking about me in this way. So what you think about me, you know, it matters to me. And I don't want you thinking of me in that light. So I didn't see nothing wrong with it. Brie snaps. Brie snaps on Summer Rae, and all the girls got a kick out of it because, you know, they was all peeking behind the little area they was at. You know, they got to peek this and see how Brie was basically yelling at yelling at Summer Rae about how she's a flirt and how that was so rude to do. And, you know, she just went off for 40 days and 60 nights and basically walked off after not trying to listen to anything Summer Rae had to say. Now, if you ask me, I'm just going to put my personal opinion on it. You know, don't tell me that before the Bellas got with John Cena and Daniel Bryan that they wasn't locker room hoes. Like, don't even give me that. Like, how was it that Nicole and Brie ended up with the two top males in the WWE? That just don't happen overnight. You know, so don't tell me they're not flirtatious. WWE tried to push them out there like they are the top female talent. Yes, they're very sexy, but the girls can't wrestle. They can't wrestle at all. And they've been in the WWE for a long time. They left the WWE, then they came back after their careers didn't do what they were supposed to do. So it's like, come on now. And I just wish that they didn't try to force the Bellas down our throat. If they were that fucking good, they'd be walking around with the Divas title. Anyway, you know, just don't give me that. So I guess they're like, we got to reel this bitch in because she's doing what we used to do. So, you know, I really don't feel any sympathy for the Bellas at all. I don't feel it at all. So, so they're watching Daniel Bryan's match when he turns against the Wyatts and everything. And he took the back suplex off the top rope. And, you know, he had a concussion, so he had to take a couple days off. But in the meantime, Summer Rae was trying to talk to Brie. Now, you know you can't talk to the Bellas when they're watching their men wrestle. I think it would have been more appropriate for Summer Rae to say, you know, after this match, is it okay if we can talk privately? Brie was just very, very rude to Summer Rae. And, you know, I felt bad for Summer Rae. And, you know, I don't know. I just love Summer Rae. It's something about her I just really, really like. And I hope that one day we'll be seeing her with the Divas Championship. Of course, not right now, but more like in a year or so, I hope to see her with the title. And I can't wait for her to leave Fandango. It's like, it's not working with Fandango right now, and I think it's time for Summer Rae to just go out on her own and wrestle and everything. But see, as you see all of this going on backstage with the Bellas and Summer Rae and Natalya and everything, I think all of that drama keeps them away from the title too, because you shouldn't be having all of that damn drama. And then they might think, oh, if we put the belt on her, then, you know, it's really going to get to her head. And, you know, it's a lot of egos backstage. That's why I love this show, because you get to see what really goes on behind the scenes. And even though we've seen the Divas go through it, don't tell me that the men ain't going through it. The men are probably going through it worse than the women. Wait, let me go back to the notes. So, wait a minute, bitch, that's last week's notes. Go back to this week's notes. So, alright, so Daniel Bryan's gonna be out of action for a while. Speaking of action, we get to see the action figures. So, they all get to see their action figures. Natalya has her action figure, and Summer Rae, Eva comes back there like, hey guys, you know, she's looking at Natty's, action figure. So, you know, the guy's like, well, since you're here, you know, we have your action figure. Summer Rae just can't win. Summer Rae comes backstage and, you know, talk to them about their action figures. She speaks to them and everything. So, Natalya tries to read. Natalya tries to read Summer Rae talking about, well, where's your action? She was like, where's your action figure? Because, I guess Summer Rae don't have, I know she has one by now, but I guess at that time, she didn't have an action figure ready. So, Summer Rae like, ooh, look at these pictures, these pictures look good. Is these pictures from you from years ago? Like, Summer Rae came back there throwing that shade, and Natalya just wasn't ready for it. So Natalya talking about something. But me and you are like an age difference. That don't mean a damn thing. You could be an age apart and look years older than someone, So that was a good read, Summer Rae. You got her together about her action figure, about her picture, and everything. So I just love seeing that shade about Summer Rae, because Natalya tried to go to ask her, where the fuck is your action figure? Where's your action figure? You know what? So after that little confrontation, the Bella's like, oh, we're going to get these girls together and we're going to talk and we're going to hash out our issues and, we shouldn't have this. So it's looking like the Bellas are trying to be the locker room leaders. And I'm like, bitch, you won't even talk to Summer Rae, but now all of a sudden you want to call a meeting with the Divas because y'all having issues. But it's very big of y'all. But I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. So who's the first one to talk? Summer Rae apologizes for how she may have come off to Daniel Bryan and everything. Brie apologizes, saying, I didn't want to show that side, and blah 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 blah. But to me, it's just a sign of insecurity when you go off like that. Cameron tries to apologize again to Eva, and Eva's like, bitch, I'm not trying to hear that shit. Fuck out of here, bitch. I ain't got nothing to say. So Natty is confronted by Summer Rae. What issue do you have with me? What is it that I did to you? What is the problem? Natty is just like, bitch, what is the problem? If you have a problem with somebody, tell them the reason why you don't like them. You don't like Summer Rae because, but we'll get into that later. So Natty really doesn't have a reason why she doesn't like Summer Rae. Like I said a couple weeks ago, Natty is just threatened by Summer Rae. I mean, wouldn't you be threatened by Summer Rae? She has a nice body. She comes up from NXT. She can dance. She can fucking wrestle. The guys like her. Like, come on. Like, she's one of the biggest parts of the show with Fandango. Fandango really hasn't, his star has faded lately. So I'm thinking that it's time for them to separate and go their separate ways. But, everybody's into Summer Rae when she comes out dancing and does that split and falls back and do all of that stuff. So to me, there's no reason why Natty should not like Summer Rae at all. So after the Divas had their talk, Summer Rae's like, I still don't know why this bitch don't like me. So you know what? This bitch want beef. I'm going to bring it to her motherfucking front door. So Summer Rae goes to Natalya's house because the performance center is down in Florida. I guess Natty and Tyson Kidd don't live too far from the performance center because they're always there helping out the new talent and stuff coming up into NXT, into the WWE. So she comes to the house and they're talking, and Summer Rae's like, I'm still trying to find out why you don't like me. And, she's like, if you spent less time being a bitch, maybe you could be up in it, having the WWE Divas Championship and everything. And then Natalya's like, look at yourself. You're worrying about me. You're just a fucking hoe. You wear short clothes and everything. You don't respect yourself. Well, if you ask me, the only fucking diva that I see that's always fully clothed and don't wear anything that's sexual is Tamina. Like, I love Tamina's outfits because she's like, I'm not here for this diva bullshit. I am a woman's wrestler. I ain't no fucking diva. So all of them wear sexually provocative clothes. And if you have a problem with how to wear the divas dress, maybe you need to take that up to Vince McMahon because y'all are called divas. Can we get into that? Divas. For a lot of people, y'all are bathroom breaks. And for some people, they just like to chant puppies. And they don't chant puppies no more. But they want to see something, you know? And like the women wrestlers of today, or the divas, they are not respected as much. And because y'all not wrestling, y'all just shaking y'all asses and just having yourselves a real good time when y'all out there. Like, I want to see actual wrestling. But anyway, so then Natalya calls Summer Rae, you know, that's why you're single and that's why you're this and that. And Summer Rae didn't take that too lightly and slapped the shit out of her. She slapped the shit out of Natty. So, after she got slammed, she pushes her and told her, get off my property. Like, fuck that, bitch. You gonna come up to my house, slap me, and you think I'm gonna just push you away and say, get off my property? Fuck that. I'm fucking you up. You don't just show up unannounced to my house, slap me in my fucking face, and just gonna get away like that? Oh, hell no. It ain't going down like that. But anyway, that's how Total Divas ended this week. And next week is just going to be even more drama. And I can't wait to see it, bitch. Okay, they're going to have John Cena on the episode of Cheaters. This is looking good. This is looking good. Make sure y'all leave your comments down below. I can't wait to reply to your comments. And I'll make sure y'all watch my mom's video tomorrow. And then Michaela and I will be back on Tuesday with a new video. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.